Subscribe to my channel and press the bell icon to get notified about new videos. Hi friend, this is Mandeep and you are watching High Technology TV. In this video, I will show you how to install NetWeaver 7.5 with SAP Hana. So right now we are into our SUSE system. So I'm using SUSE Enterprise Server 12 SP3. So let's start with our installation. So first of all, let's go to the folder of our SWPM that is placed on SAP MNT. Okay, now let's install the file here and let's find the file SAP INST. Let's do ALS. Okay, so this is our SAP INST file. So let's execute it. Okay, so as you can see that this is the URL which we have to access to start with our installation. Okay, so let's open the browser and here type https and here I'm going to install it with the IP. So let's open it to click. Okay, our IP is here, so let's copy it. .235.231.202.253 and thus 202. Okay, fine. And now hit enter. Now we have to accept and proceed that it is safe, and now we have to provide the root username and password for the root. And as you can see that it start initializing our software provisioning manager. Okay, so this is our main page. So now expand SAP NetWeaver 7.5 and then expand SAP HANA database, then select the preparation. First we are checking the prerequisite check. So check this, select this and click on next. It is good to check prerequisite prior to installation. So if any of the prerequisite is not there, we will get that and we can fix it prior to the installation. It is good to follow the prerequisite check step. Okay, so here we have to check the options and the component which we are going to install. So here I am installing database instance as ABAP, primary application server instance as ABAP, and central service system as ABAP, and additional application server instance as ABAP. I am choosing all the component for ABAP and now click on next. and here it will provide us the database option. So database type is SAP Hana database, and I'm leaving the database version here and click on next. So click next. Now we have to define the SAP exe.sar file. So click on browse and now go to SAP MNT. Now go to kernel, data units, and this is our kernel folder. Then go to the database independent and select the SAP exe.sar file, and now click on next. Okay, as you can see that status is available. Now we can proceed further and click on next. And here on the review part, it will pick up the detected package for SAP exe and our swpm file. So now click on next here, and it will execute the service and check all the prerequisite here. And as you can see, the result code is okay for all the conditions. If any of the condition is failed, you can check the relevant note here. So in my case, everything is okay. So click on next. And execution of service has been completed successfully, and then everything is fine. So now proceed further for the installation. Click on exit, first close it, and then click on exit. And here, as you can see, that we have exited from swpm. So again we have to run the SAP inst file. So run it. And URL for the installation is same. So I'm going to just refresh it. Okay, now expand SAP NetWeaver 7.5 again and expand SAP HANA database. And now this time we are going to expand installation. And here we are going to select application server ABAP. And now expand standard system, choose standard system, and then click on next. So in the parameter setting, we are going to choose the custom, and you can read more about these mode here. So I'm going to click on next. and now here we have to provide the SAP system ID. So I'm giving it NW2, sorry, and you can read the SAP system SID details here. So I'm just clicking on next, and here it is asking for the fully qualified domain name. So in my case I do not have fully qualified domain name, so I'm giving it abc.com and just clicking on next. And here you can check that it can't resolve the host abc.com by name, so just click on OK. And now back to your Linux system and open a duplicate tab here. And now open your host files. Now go to insert mode, and now we have to provide this nw2vm2.abc.com. Sorry, it's nw7. Just do this entry in your hosts file and then right quit it. Go to your SAP Hana and then click on next again. And this time, as you can see, that our error is resolved. So here we have to provide the master password. So give it the master password and click on next. And here, as you can see, that our SID is NW2ADM and password for that is by default master password, that I'm not going to change, and our login cell is /bin/csh, so I'm going to leave it as default and just clicking on next. Database host IP here, and this is the instance number, that is 00, and our database ID is HL2, and password for the database system administrator, that is user system, is master password. So click next. Okay, so you have entered the following information and no valid SAP HANA database was found with given information. So as we do not have any HANA installed right now, so that's why it is giving this information. So just click on OK. Now we have to provide the path, that is for SAP exe.sar file, IGS exe.sar, IGS helper, SAP exedb, we have to provide the SAR file for these. So just click on browse. So click next here. And here you can check that now status is available. So by this way we have to do for all the, that is for IGS exe.sar, IGS helper.sar, we have to provide the SAR file for all the packages. Now status is available. Again click on browse. So now we have to browse for the SAP exedb.sar file. Click browse. And this time we have to go to the HDB, and here we have to select SAP exedb.sar file. Click OK and then click on next. So here you can check the status for all the package names are available. So click next here. Okay friends, so now browse the SAP host agent.sar file. Click on browse. Expand SAP MNT, kernel, data units. Database independent, and now supply the SAP host agent.sar file and click on next. and you can check the status here that it is, available. Click on next. And now it is asking for SAP EDM password, and by default that is master password. If you want to change it, you can change it here, and I'm clicking on next. And here it is asking for the client path strategy, that is local, so click next. And here we have to define the export folder for our NetWeaver 7.5. Click on browse, SAP MNT, and then go to the NetWeaver, and here we have to select the label.asc file. Click OK, and then click on next. And here we have to define the HANA server installer label.asc file. Select the label.asc file and click OK. Now click on next. And this is the SAP mount directory. If you want to change it, you can change it. And this is the instance number, SAP HANA database system ID, that is HN2. So just click on next. And here it is asking for the HN2 ADM password, that is by default the master password, and login cell is bin CSS, and I'm just clicking on next. And this is the master password by default, that is our master password. This is for system database user password. So click next. So this is the database schema. So just click on next. If you want to read more about this, you can read here. Click next. I'm also keeping this as default and clicking on next. And this is the information that the installation will create the SAP Hana tenant database and the SAP application server on one host. Please check if the value of the SAP Hana database parameter memory manager global allocation limit is maximum amount of memory in MB. So by default, just click on OK. And this is the SAP HANA import parameters. So if you want to add or remove any one of them, you can do it here, but I am leaving them default and clicking on next. Now I am keeping it default and okay, here I am choosing the do not decluster depool abap table. Click next. Here this is by default check, that is do not use a parameter file. I'm leaving it as default and clicking on next. And number of parallel job is 18. Okay, leave it to 18 by default, so click next. This is the primary application server instance and web central services instance. So this is the pass instance number, pass instance host, ASCS instance number and ACS instance host name. So click next. So we got this error. So what we have to do is we have to add a parameter that is mentioned in this node. So let's do that. Click on cancel, confirm, back to our system, and here SAP INST space and paste this string here and hit enter. Again refresh it. So now again expand SAP NetWeaver 7.5, SAP Hana database, installation, application server web, standard system, click next. And now choose the continue with the existing run and click on next. So here click on next. And now it is asking for the PAP message server ports and our error is gone now. So click next. And this is the ICM user management for SAP Web Dispatcher, and password for Web ADM is our master password. Click next. And here we are not going to SLD destination, not defining any SLD destination. So click next. And here it is asking for message server access control list. I am not creating, just click next. And here it is asking to enable additional component. I am not selecting any one of them, just click on next. And now it is asking for secure storage key generation. So by default individual keys selected. I am clicking on next here. Click OK. And this is the key that is used to secure and to encrypt our secure storage. You can keep a note of this particular file and then click on OK. And now it is asking cleanup of operating system user. So I am not selecting it and just clicking on next. Okay friends, so these are the parameter summary. If you want to change any one of them, you can just check this and then you can come to down and then click on revise, but I'm not going to change any one of them, so just going to click on next. And it will start executing our services. You can check the task list here that what it is doing. So now it is going to take several hours to install, so I'm fast forwarding the video.
Okay friends, so as you can see that execution of service has been completed successfully and our SAP NetWeaver 7.5 with the SAP Hana is installed successfully. And here you can check that all the tasks are completed, and if you want to get more information you can check this SAP note. Now click on OK, again click on OK, and here you can share your feedback if you want to, and here you can check the log file of your installation if you want to check the log files. So now click on exit and we are done with our installation. Okay friend, thank you for watching. Please like, share, subscribe my channel. Have a nice day.